Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts.
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Pioneers. Welcome back to another episode of the Disney Hour Express, your go-to guide for all things magical. Today is the second part of our 4-part dining series, and we are going all the way over to Animal Kingdom. And by the end of the show, we will review our top picks.
And last week we covered Magic Kingdom.
That's right.
We went over all the magical places to eat. I think we've used magical.
I know, we gotta.
Place now. There's Splendid, Fairy Dusted.
Super califragilistic.
Yep, there we go. So we covered everything over at Magic Kingdom. We talked about their table service and quick service and some of the snacks, and then we gave our picks. And we're going to do that again here for the Animal Kingdom. Now, Animal Kingdom's a little bit different, right? Obviously.
It is. It has a different dining feel because as for the other parks, like we're talking, like there's a lot of talk about top chefs and amazing things going on.
And amazing character dining and experiences, right? That's what it's about, the dining like experiences at Magic Kingdom.
Right.
Whereas I feel like Animal Kingdom is a little bit more about the food, I think.
Maybe so. Like I have to say, when I think about Animal Kingdom, I think about the snacks.
Okay. She likes the snacking.
We'll talk more about the snacks a little later.
Yeah.
But there are 12 dining options over at Animal Kingdom, which is interesting because I have to say that the dining options on the Walt Disney World website are a little bit different than the dining options that you actually see with Disney Food Blog or even researching online. So it's interesting.
Oh.
For example, they'll say that they have 5 table service dining options on the Disney website. However, there's really only 4.
Oh.
The 5th one and we're going to go over all 4 now. Sorry, that came out kind of weird. But the 5th option that they say on the website is actually Pizzafari, which used to also be a family style serving.
Okay.
And now it is not. It's considered just quick service.
Interesting.
And they have it as it's still there, but it's saying like that it's not open to that. Or not available, which is weird. So I don't know if they're considering bringing back that family style or not. I don't
know. Yeah, especially as you'll come to see Pizzafari, there's really nothing to it.
There's nothing to it.
It's just the puffy circle pizzas that you could get.
Yeah. So what was family style about it? I don't know. We didn't get to experience that, but it's something to think about in the future for sure. So, 12 dining options is pretty limited.
It is.
So we'll start over with Tiffins restaurant. Now, this is one of the fancier restaurants in Animal Kingdom, or even fancier you'd think throughout all 4 parks.
This is the signature dining experience.
So, and it's so signature and high class that it is worth 2 dining credits. So right off the bat, oh my gosh, you've already used 2 of your dining credits.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we haven't mentioned on here is your benefits with the Visa card. If you are a Disney Visa card member and you aren't on the dining plan, the Disney Visa card at this particular restaurant, and this is not equal to all restaurants, it doesn't happen, but at this particular restaurant, they do give you 10% discount, which is good to know. Just a little side note.
Okay.
So back to it. Tiffins. All right. Tiffins has interesting food. It's Korean barbecue. You can find some charred octopus. But you can also get like signature bread service. Moroccan short ribs, surf and turf. I mean, there's like a wide variety going on here. And again, supposed to be a more fine dining experience. What did you find about Tiffin's restaurant?
It feels, yes, it feels fancy. Right?
For
It
sure.
brings the fancy to it. Now, the one thing you'll notice that it being that it is a 2 credit um, dining plan, it's two dining plan table service dining plan credits. That the other ones in Magic Kingdom, right? They were mostly around like the character or character experiences. Whereas this is really just about like the dining, and it's a quieter meal. It's a great meal that from what they say, but it is a little bit different. It's not your typical. Like I don't know, like I wouldn't bring the kids.
Yeah.
If you're going there with your family and you have younger kids and they're pickier eaters, I don't know if this is necessarily the place for you.
Yeah. I agree with that. Now I've heard that it's quieter, so it's nice when you want to have a little break from the park. And you can kind of find a booth in the corner, which I do find it funny that it's a nicer restaurant that has like booth style seating in some places. I mean, it's a nice setup, but it's not on the top of my to-do list.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially at two tables.
2 credits. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
it's just and you're getting there, and it's not even like you're getting like great views of the park, or what I mean. It's really just about the food and the ambiance, I guess, of the restaurant.
If you're a foodie, this is for you for sure.
Yeah, you're like checking things out. But that's the one thing you'll see across Animal Kingdom is that it has an eclectic choice of food. Right? It's just like everything's like a little bit. It's usually like twists on other things, and it's from there's a lot of influence from foreign countries, foreign to us in the United States versus just your regular chicken tenders and fries and regular pizza. But so that's Tiffins, yeah. So that's there.
Absolutely.
What's
absolutely.
next?
All right, so I'm gonna hop back over to Rainforest Cafe, which technically isn't inside of Animal Kingdom. It's so interesting to me because it's at the front of the park and you have to exit through their exit, right? Exit and entrance. Yes. So it's not like a hassle. You're not going through any sort of metal. I mean, it's a simple metal detector, but it's not a big security line or anything. No. It's a little different. Which this might be a hack too. What if you started your day at breakfast there before the park's open and then use that entrance? I'm not sure if that's a thing, but that's something that we could think about. Although Animal Kingdom,
and it does have a separate. You can exit from outside the park, right? You can go from inside the park, or from outside the park. There's 2 entrances.
Correct. So it's interesting. It's 1 credit, which to be honest, I was surprised about because of how much food you get here. I feel like their plates are really, really large. I love the interior of this restaurant, which is why I always make the trek there. I feel like it's a park within itself. Yeah. It's hard to describe how cool it is. It's like being inside the Amazon, and on occasion the entire sky will turn into a thunderstorm, and you'll hear the rain and everything.
There's a volcano going off,
and the animals themselves some are electronic, they're life size. So that like is another eye candy. You're just turning around and there's an elephant with big floppy ears, or there's a gorilla and he's like slightly swinging. There's all these really interesting elements.
And one funny story, last year we did go to Rainforest Cafe for our trip, and Abbie, who is a known elephant lover, was sitting with her back to the elephant, and it like every like 5 or 10 minutes, like the elephant moves or did something. And every time it happened, the kids would make her turn around to look at it. Mommy, look, it's going. It's moving. It's moving. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Yep,
By the end, I was like, I know.
I saw it once. Yep. I'm good.
Now, okay. So one thing I will say is that this restaurant is a time suck. It takes about 2 hours of your time. it's because it's big maybe,
Mhm.
and maybe they're always a little slightly understaffed or something,
Yeah,
but like it takes so much time while you're sitting
it,
there.
it
So
which
take that into consideration.
but it does, that's plus and minuses, right?
Yeah.
Because it's cool, it's air conditioned on a
Yes.
sunny day, hot sunny day in Animal Kingdom. It's a welcome retreat, but it does take away a lot of your park time.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a typical American style eats. I mean, think Chili's, TGI Fridays. They've got those oversized drinks. I mean, you're thinking about like a margarita with a Corona bottle stuck in
A
it, or
Corona
like
Rita.
a Corona Rita. There you go. I mean, they've got all the things that
Hmm.
we had in the 90s at
Yes.
those big chain restaurants
Yeah.
for sure. But they're good. They've got, your regular big salads with chicken, or
Uh,
they've got your kids' favorite chicken nuggets or chicken strips,
yeah.
whatever
Pasta
pizzas
with
they've
meatballs.
got. Yeah. I mean, they've
I
got
mean,
it all. It's all American, really big menu.
but there's really not, yeah, like I said, there's really not much to it. There's not like
Mm.
anything, like I couldn't tell you what a signature
Dish
dish
was.
was
Mm.
of it.
Yeah.
I will note this. I remember last year, I think I just got like a chicken sandwich or something, or a wrap. And I
Mm.
remember asking them, I said, can I get extra fries with that? And she's like, oh, we bring a lot of fries. And then they brought my meal out, and it was like a regular amount of
Regular
fries.
size
I was just
fries.
like, what? I mean, not that you look, do I need the fries? Absolutely not. But I'm in Disney. I wanted fries.
I know. I know,
So
baby.
anyway,
All right. So, I mean, I give that place an A plus. Despite Rob's fry saga, it's really, really
yeah,
good and
it's
really
like
great,
if you like chain restaurants,
which I do.
yeah,
I
which I
mean,
mean is just the
yeah,
appeal of it. That's why they're all over
yeah,
all over the
yeah.
country.
They
If you
make
like
you feel comfortable.
if you like a unique chain restaurant with theming,
Yes.
this is a good choice.
And in addition, I would say also in Disney Springs, which that is not a part of this, but if you're into dinosaurs, T-Rex over there is definitely worth it. Super similar in the theming.
In
Okay.
Disney Springs, yes, it
Yes.
is another rainforest, cafe.
Yes.
Yep, and you could find rainforest cafes all over the country.
Yeah.
They have them. Mr. Beast went to like every one of them. I think if you're familiar with him, he had a thing where you had to go to every rainforest cafe in the country.
How fun.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Tusker House next.
Tusker
Tusker
House.
House is another one that's one credit. And I'm again floored that this one is only one dining credit because it's pricey. It's a pricey buffet, and with characters. So it gives you the best of all worlds, right? It has
And it's the one character dining
yes.
in Animal Kingdom.
Yes. So it has African and American cuisine, very delightful, always lovely. We've always really enjoyed our experience here. Now there's different rooms in the inside of Tusker House. There's like kind of like the main room. The ceiling is very tall. They shove a lot of people in there, but you still feel like you have space just because of the tallness of the ceiling and the characters come around. And then they have kind of side rooms, which are your normal height ceilings. And you actually it feels a little bit more intimate over there when the characters come about because you're not so exposed. You might be in like kind of a booth in the corner and the characters are coming over and meeting with just you. Whereas in the kind of main part of the building, everybody's coming by and getting excited and like in your business of you exchanging things with the character. So it's not like a private experience. So depending on who you are and what you like, you might want to say like, hey, can we have like one of the side quieter rooms?
Yeah.
And of course, everybody at Disney tries to accommodate what you want, but it might be a lengthier wait time or whatnot. Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, buffets are always cool. You can always find something you like. We loved the desserts over at this buffet because they were like they were Animal Kingdom unique with the zebra coffee cakes and things like that. That's more like breakfast, but they had great desserts.
Yes.
From what I remember. What did you think?
So one of the things that we kind of forgot to go into and where we kind of judge, right, the dining plan, our kind of guide, right? So you're getting the dining plan because you're looking to maximize your value.
Yes.
So you're either paying for the dining plan up front or you're getting it for free, which is something that we're actually, it's kind of packaged in. It was a part of a discount where, you get a ticket, you get a hotel and room ticket combo package.
Yeah.
And then you get this dining plan for free. So that seems like good value because we seem to spend a lot of money when we're eating at Disney. It just ends up being an additional extra added cost because it's just more. You're kind of in there. You're in Disney, right? You really have no choice. You're like, well, normally I only spend $20 a week on lunch, in general. And here you're like, my lunch is $25 just for this one
every day.
So as you're looking at it, we kind of, and again, it was something that I saw on a YouTube video, and the gentleman's name is Ear Scouts, and he broke it down saying that as an adult, and when you're using the standard dining plan, which allows for table service, because there's also a quick service dining plan, which gives you 2 quick service meals, an extra quick service meal in lieu of the table service. What you want to do is on your table service is you want to get, as an adult, a $65 value out of your meal.
Yeah.
That's kind of like where you should be.
Yep.
Right. Then I believe it was $12.75 for your quick service, and your snack should be over $5. And if you could get over those in each meal, like, you're making out.
Yeah.
Disney prices, obviously. So we're looking at Tusker House, getting the long way back to it. Tusker House for lunch and dinner is $64 for an adult.
Yeah.
And it's $42 for a child.
I mean, and that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. But you're getting a buffet meal, and you're getting to see, it's 4 characters.
That I don't.
It's Mickey, Goofy, Daisy, and Donald.
Wasn't also
was Pluto there? Was it Pluto? I don't remember.
I don't recall. I don't recall.
I don't think Minnie was there because Minnie's, I think.
That's a great question.
But you're getting to see, and these are like big, and they're in their safari costumes, and these are, big, you're not getting your tertiary guys. You're not getting your Chip and Dales and your, these are like big dining experiences. This is a good one. And I think the food itself is actually pretty great.
It's pretty good. Yeah. We definitely did seconds. I think everybody got seconds
and
here.
This was because we did this 2 years ago. Abbie and I at the time were we vegan, vegetarian?
Probably vegetarian.
We're vegetarian.
Well, I'm not sure.
So,
I don't know.
And they had good plant-based food.
Yes, they did.
From what I found, it was like, they had some Impossible beef mixed in with, but like it tasted. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed eating there. I think I went up for seconds, maybe thirds. One of the interesting stories was we did go there. It was a hot day. We sat there in the middle of that big room.
Yes.
So it was kind of like these things. And the kids just, between going up to get food, which they always tend to want to go with mom, right? They don't want to go with me. For whatever reason. So mom, between that and trips to the bathroom, I felt like I was at the table alone a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just kept eating, and like the characters just kept coming up, and I'm just like, hi.
All by yourself.
Like, I'm good. Like, and then they always have like the cast member that like follows up and like, did you see all of the characters here? Like, I've seen them at least twice.
Yeah, Rob's like, I did, but my family did
I ended
not.
up just like sitting there. It's like this table, and I had all these drinks like in front of me. Like, it was just like, it was like they weren't clearing the table, I guess, as quickly as possible. But it was like, I had like 3 Diet Cokes. I had like waters from the other kids that they didn't want. Then I got like an alcohol, we each got a beer or a wine or something. So
Sure.
I just had a beer. I had like 10 glasses in front of me.
I have a vivid picture in my head.
I'm just sitting there, but it was hot. And so we were tired. I was like, we needed that. It actually helped, I think.
Yeah.
And it did take a while, but the characters and the buffet and the food's good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's a nice place.
Yeah.
We like that a lot. Again, like definitely it maxes your dining plan. It maxes the what am I trying to say?
Because,
the price.
Yeah, the value that you're getting again, because it's $64 for an adult, but you're also you have to check with your server they do include an alcoholic beverage if you're drinking an alcoholic beverage. And that kind of puts it up over, because usually, if you're getting like one of the better cocktails, like something fruity with an animal sticking out of it or something, that's usually like $15-20. So now you're over that limit, and that's you're saving money, because of course, the price of the dining plan itself, if you're paying for it, it's like $99 for an adult. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think it's 53 or 63 for a kid. Of course, why wouldn't I have that up here?
Well, you announced it last week, so
yeah,
that would have been helpful to know. But okay, so I mean, we definitely think that's worth it. So the other sit down dining experience that you can have at Animal Kingdom is Yak and Yeti. This is another one that's just one credit. It is a loved restaurant. Pan-Asian fare. They are known for their specialty drinks. They have things like kind of your classic things like sweet and sour chicken, but they also have specialties like ahi tuna nachos, pork pot stickers. That's kind of something you'd see around town, and Kobe beef burgers. Looking over this menu, I was actually a little bummed that we haven't eaten here. I know that we had like considered and maybe even had reservations for it at some point, but then changed because we were like worried about the kids stuff and if they would really like anything on here. But I do think we've been eating more Pan-Asian food lately, and I'm wondering if this might not be a nice little visit for us. I love the interior. It's very breathtaking. In my opinion, I like it. It's bright, but it's also Asian styled, and I like that a lot. And Yak and Yeti is definitely a focal point of this park. Not only do they have this dining experience, but then they have like branches of the Yak and Yeti that we'll talk about for quick service. But what did you think of Yak and Yeti?
Yeah, Yak and Yeti is, again, another one. It does have a unique theme to it. Not as crazy as Rainforest Café, but it definitely has the inside. You feel like you're eating somewhere in like an Asian country. Right?
Like you're totally transformed into another
you're going
place.
And so I did, as a tip, just from doing my research, I say, see if you can ask to be sat upstairs, because it has a view where it opens up into the first floor of the building, and you could actually get nice views of the park, as well as just like you're kind of just being upstairs looking down at people. I like judging people and looking down at them. So,
like people watching.
Yeah.
We love,
but also
remember
judging.
When we went to that restaurant in Epcot, it was the French restaurant, and it was just the two of us, and it was just pure people watching the whole time.
We were just
it was
watching.
Really nice.
Big window. Sat us right by the window.
Yeah.
They're like, here's a handsome couple. We'll set them by the window.
Well, it was also weirdly empty when we were eating.
Yes. except for that one guy.
Which was like a good people watcher moment.
He was like an agent or something. He was
having business meetings.
Anyway,
in Epcot.
He was very like demanding to the wait staff. He's like, I didn't want this yet. I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
I want this to come out in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
it was very interesting.
Buddy. Anyway, so Yak and Yeti, it does, the menu itself is a little bit more adventurous. But it does have traditional, like for your kids, you could just get them a cheeseburger. Like they won't just have mac and cheese, and so you do have those options. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know if the kids would. I don't know if I'm just for some reason their menu for me doesn't seem that appealing.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know, but it does have things. It has like stir fry noodles, so you could just get like pad thai. So you're just eating that. So I don't know what it is. For me, it just never kind of seems to come to the top options when I'm thinking of it. But
I think it's just a different in taste. Like, I mean, you guys should see his face every time I'm like, can we get Chinese food tonight? Like, his face is so like, he tries to hide all the expressions and it like just like flat lines. Sure, whatever you want is what I
whatever
get.
The kids
and it's
want.
Like he's like dying on the inside, like bleh.
No, it's all right.
You hear that, folks? That's Rob saying no to Chinese food.
All good.
But yes, I think the other three of us might enjoy it a little more than you. I could
Oh,
see that.
I see how it is.
But we go as a foursome, so we're all on board.
Yes, I definitely have a say.
Now, listen, this next one is not considered any part of the dining, really. It doesn't have the dining plan as far as I understand, right? The Nomad Lounge.
It can you can use your dining plan.
Really?
Yes.
Explain that to me because it's not really considered a restaurant. It is a lounge and it doesn't even take reservations online. So you can join the walk up line virtually, correct?
Virtually,
Once you're
yes.
in the park.
And usually you do, it does like there's a little bit of a wait. So like you kind of need to like as soon as the park opens, kind of put your name in there to kind of get a spot.
Yeah, and they have like a fun shareable bread service, and they have really outstanding churros.
I heard that these are the best churros in the Disney parks.
So they're open from 10:30 to 7. So it's kind of like park hours, a little later, because they're really a lounge. It's like signature drinks that you're looking at, something a little bit different and special.
It's really small plates and drinks.
Yes. And it's the atmosphere of it is very like we went on a game hunt, but we're in a fancy what do they call it?
Like you went on a safari and now you're back in the huts?
I mean, I think it is called the Game Lounge or something, but I don't know. So Nomad Lounge. It's pretty.
I bet it's very pretty. It has great views of the river that you could sit. There's inside and exterior seating where you could kind of sit like right on the rail and be right there, if you're okay with dealing with the heat. Or if you want to go inside and get some air conditioning as well.
Yeah. I like the idea of this. So you were saying that you can use the dining plan for this.
You can use it. Hey guys, Rob here. Just wanted to clarify what we were saying about the Nomad Lounge. And what I originally said was pretty much gibberish. So Nomad Lounge, you can't use your Disney dining plan. It is a table service credit, and that with that table service credit, it gives you just one of the small plates that you can get and a drink. It's not really the best value for your table service credit. I think you could do better, right, if you're talking about value, but if it's something that you just want to enjoy the ambiance and you have it and you're not going to use it for the day, then you know what? You can use it. But as far as value, right, we're going over that $65 limit, or that kind of line of where it doesn't really meet that. So just wanted to pop in here and kind of clarify that. It is a great place to go. We definitely want to check it out, but we're probably not going to be using our dining plan credit or table service credit on it this go round.
So that's one of the reasons I think we haven't exactly gone to this, especially because if we're sitting down and stopping, we're stopping for a meal, a fuel, something that's going to get us going through the day. But I've always wanted to be able to be here, but also the no reservations has always been a problem. We're not willing to just sit around for 40 minutes waiting for a table while we're there.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not really a great place for kids. There's no kids menu.
It's a bar. That's not what we.
Yeah, it's a lounge. So that's if you're going with your family, which there's a mix of people that are just adult in it, or with the kids. They're not really, it's not really set up for them. Where the prices themselves are expensive. And the plate, it's not big plates, but it's a little bit more. If you're into like really great, they have these nice, really great wings with the sauce, and they said they have the churro service, and they have that, and then the drinks themselves are very unique and great. They say they're great alcoholic drinks.
Now, another place that is more bar-like is the Dawa bar. And this is...
Being that it is a bar.
Being that it is a bar. I mean, this is central. If you're in Animal Kingdom, you're passing this. It's an outdoor bar. And there's lots and lots of tables, so I can guarantee you've probably sat in the shade in this area just to take a little break. They've got like the fans going and stuff. And it's just specialty cocktails and domestic and imported beer. They've got kind of like their pog or jungle juice going on there, which is really fun. And just a straight up bar. I don't think you really can get any food. I think maybe chips, but it's not a food place.
Yeah,
It's a bar.
there's no correct. This is a place that when I went on my solo trip, I was in Animal Kingdom, and I kind of like ran out of things to do necessarily. So I was like, I'm gonna go sit and get a drink and people watch at the bar and just hang out. And it was a good place for me to do that. Yeah. I was just looking for a place to sit, and there's a lot of activity right there. There's a lot of people walking, whether they're walking over because you're in Africa, and so there's a lot of dancing. There's dancers that are out right there.
Love the music. So
and
good.
The music, the one thing that I was kind of like, I would like a snack right now, and all they had were like, I was eating Doritos, or Lay's chips. There's no other option. So it would be nice if they had like a pretzel or something, just that you could order from the bar. Being that it's right outside of Tusker House, like you have to kind of somewhat walk through the bar to get to Tusker House.
Yes,
right?
You do. Yep.
You think that they would have some sort of food option that they could serve? It'd probably do well right there. But there's a ton right outside of it. But if you want to sit there and just kind of chill and eat, side note, it has a great free water cooler. It's like literally like an igloo cooler full of water, and with just little paper cups next to it. And it says, like they don't want you filling up your water bottles, but you could take a cup and the water's cold, and you could just drink as much as you want.
I can actually remember how cold it was.
Yeah, so it feels really good. So you just stop. It's kind of to the right of the bar. If you're going over there, just kind of you could go up and you don't have to ask. You just grab some water.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Dawa Bar. I like hanging out there. We went there and took a beat. It it is outside. They do have fans above you, so it is blowing a little bit of air, but you're not really beating the heat necessarily, but it has shade.
Out of the sun. Yeah, which is very important too. The other lounge, you've got the Restaurantasaurus lounge. Now, is this one staying around?
I mean, it's open now. I mean, it is a lounge, and I guess it's not always open.
Yeah.
But you could, because the Restaurantasaurus is open.
Right.
For now.
Right. But
while Dino Land,
this is happening.
Yes.
At some point.
It's opening. Yeah, it's closing along with the rest of Dino Land, but it is open for now. And it has a bar that's sometimes open, but I heard it has a lot of different drink choices.
Yes, and now the dining plan can only be used for the non-alcoholic drinks and chips on this menu, just to know. But if you're looking for another cocktail, I never think that it's worth it using your dining plan
on
for
drinks. Yes.
Yeah, for drinks.
You have to use a snack.
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't do it. And I mean, it is obviously, I think it beats the value of it that you can get, if you're looking to get over that $5, but you're better off getting some signature snackaroo.
All right. So let's talk about some of the quick service restaurants that you can take part of over here. We've got things like the Flame Tree Barbecue. I mean, obviously, it is what it sounds like. You can get your fill of ribs, smoked chicken, pulled pork, baked beans. It is outdoor seating, so you're thinking like, I went to a barbecue picnic and this is what I'm doing, and it's good. I mean, they have some dry foods and whatnot, but
she says it's good. Come on. Yeah, I think you're soft selling it.
Do you love Flame Tree Barbecue?
I always want to try it, but you guys, it's a little bit tougher. For the kids, don't really want to try any of the stuff that's on this menu.
That's true. I mean, it's classic barbecue. I feel like if that's what you're in the mood for, but sometimes if it's so hot out, I'm not in the mood for sticky barbecue as well. Now you've got the Harambe Market, which offers rice bowls and salads. This place is like, the only complaint about it is that there are like limited hours. Like they close at 3:15 sometimes. And that kind of puts a dent into, this is just a lunch place. It kind of stinks in that way. But yeah, your protein and your rice. What more could you ask for? Um, what are your comments about that?
About that, they're not open long enough.
No, you just look like you were about to say something.
No, so Harambe Market, yeah, it's just kind of a it's you kind of get your like fruits and
That's something different. Harambe Market is like your protein and your other stuff. Isn't there a different fruit stand?
Is there?
I don't know. Let's continue on and we'll probably figure that out.
Harambe Market, yes, you do get your rice bowls. Yes, I take that back. Yeah, you get your chicken bowls and they do have a cheesecake, and it's something a little bit healthier of a feel.
Right, because there's a different place that I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's a different place.
Yeah.
So then you've got Pizzafari, which is like just your Rob's like shaking his head because he's like, no, why would you do this?
No.
Now I have plenty of family that prefers Pizzafari because they know that their kids are going to eat this. It's just your typical pizza. Now it's not even typical though. It's a little bit more of the puffy pizza, which is kind of fun. It's a little different. It's like baked up pie pizza. Then we just talked about Restaurantasaurus. It's the classic American food, burgers, hot dogs, and chicken strips. This is not the lounge. This is actually the little restaurant, quick service restaurant. Like definitely classic foods. If your kids only eat chicken fingers and fries, like this is the place you want to go. You will not be sad. Satuli Canteen. Satuli. Thank you. Satuli Canteen.
Now this place is definitely earmarked as like everyone seems to love going there.
Yes. They really do because it's unique. It's part of Pandora and it definitely gives that Pandora feel. So again, it's your kind of place that you get the noodles and the protein, but
bowls.
It also
everything's served in like bowls. That's what you could customize, or they have a signature ones that are already preset for you. But you can get either one of them. So everything kind of comes in a bowl.
Yes. And then they also have like specialty things like the cheeseburger pods, which I think are really unique and fun.
The bao buns?
The bao buns. Yes. And then they've got like really specialty desserts that are beautiful that we see all around. So I mean, on the kids menu, they kind of differentiate a little bit that the kids menu would have like a single pod while the adult menu would have 2 pods. So you have to think about that kind of factor into your quick service meal. But everybody's really, really loved this. Now, we were talking a little bit about Yak and Yeti and how it's a real focal point for the park because not only do they have the Yak and Yeti restaurant, but then they have the Yak and Yeti food cafe and the Yak and Yeti quality beverage. So I think that's what you were thinking of. So these are both like outside spots where you're going to get, again, basic foods. The Yak and Yeti local food cafe is going to give you things like your it's on the tip of my tongue. It's a roll. It's why can't I think of it all of a sudden? It's Asian inspired egg rolls. Thank you. It's Asian inspired eats, right? And you're gonna get chicken fried rice, the pork egg rolls, little pies, all sorts of different kinds of things that you'll get here.
One of the things of note of Yak and Yeti is that it does have the rice, right? And that's like a kind of that's a unique thing just because you're ordering a rice, but you get like a large serving of chicken fried rice, and it actually could cost you just one. It's actually considered a snack, and it could be considered so it's just a snack, but could be considered a whole meal all on its own. So that's something to think about here at the Yak and Yeti. If you're like, I feel like eating and it comes in like the typical Chinese food container. So it's just like this large thing that you could,
it's familiar.
You could technically, kind of fold it up and just keep it for later if you wanted to as well.
Yeah.
But so that is something to think about.
Now, Yak and Yeti quality beverages is is the same as the other Yak and Yeti food cafe as far as food offerings, but in addition, they have some frozen drinks that are really well loved. So I feel like it's funny because there's like a lot going on in Animal Kingdom, but not.
Yeah.
Right? I feel a little not underwhelmed, but like that the options aren't as great as the other parks. And maybe that's why I so look forward to the snacks over here, because I
Okay.
feel like those are like really,
And the snacks are something.
I feel like the snacks are always really well themed. Oh, so it's the Harambe fruit market that we keep thinking of.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
That's
Now
where
it
you get
clicks.
the fruit.
Yes. That's where
Yeah.
you get the fruit, and you can get like Lay's potato chips, but you can also get watermelon and all sorts of things. It's right in the middle of everything.
Yes.
And so you pass by it all the time.
And one of the things, since we're talking about Harambe fruit market and we're going into the snacks of it all, right? Because you do get your one snack. They had a street corn.
Yes.
That they used to make, from what I understand, right in front of you. They used to make it there, right? They used to have like a thing where they fried it and they put the seasonings on it right there. But now it's more like it gets prepared off of outside of the kiosk itself and then gets brought in and like kind of wrapped up and warmed throughout the day. So it's a little less fresh.
Okay.
But it's still there. They say it's still tasty. But that is something, if you're looking for something outside of the I think last year we went there and we were just trying to get the kids somethings. We already had breakfast. We had Rainforest Café reservations, so we were just looking for a snack. And so we got them like, they have like a bag of cuties you could get.
Yeah.
And like no one ate them.
Nobody
They were
ate
just
them.
like,
I'm like, come on, guys, this will
like,
help.
no. Like I want ice cream. Like, okay then.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we always we at the times we typically go, there is usually a celebration, whether it be Earth Day, Pride Month, whether it be like yearly celebrations like for the Lion King or holiday, and they've always got just matching wonderful snacks for this. So I don't know if you want to dive in the snacks or if you want me to. I feel like you are probably more well versed.
Snacks are kind of like a collective effort.
Here we go. Let's dive on
in.
Let's
talk about what do we think, what do we like for the snacks? What are we talking about?
So one of the things that I haven't tried that I'd really kind of put on my interested list, I'm not sure that this is what I would pick, but the Colossal Mickey roll. It's like a Mickey cinnamon roll, like in the shape of Mickey Mouse. It looks gigantic, and it's a cinnamon roll, and you know how we love cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
But like it looks like even one of these would feed 2 people, you know, like it looks like a nummy snack.
Okay, if you're looking for your sweets, definitely. That is something to consider.
Yeah.
Where do you get that at?
So let me see. I'm not really I mean, looks like it's over at Creature Comforts, maybe.
Okay.
So that's like more of a Starbucks area. Or maybe that's why we don't get it, because I see Starbucks and I'm like, I can get that anywhere, so I don't stop. But it's good to know that this is in there.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So one of the things that we kind of breezed over, because we're talking quick service and we're talking there's a lot of good snacks values that you can find that are just that can be used at any location, right? At these kiosks that they have, essentially, such as Flaming Tree Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
They have really good when I go scrolling looking for something else and then I come back and here it is. They have their mac and cheese, right? Baked mac and cheese. So they have one that comes with pulled pork that everyone really seems to love.
Mm-hmm.
They have French fries with pulled pork and like what they call on the Disney food blog plastic cheese.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it just kind of gives you that look, as well as that they have these garlic truffle Parmesan fries that you could try. So they have fries, right, that look just with all these
with
different
your
fries.
protein, which is
Yeah.
good. It's a good boost, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And those are just a snack credit. So you're definitely getting your value
Yeah,
in
I
there.
agree. I agree. And where is all that? That's over at what?
That was Flame
Eight
Tree.
Flint Tree? Can you
Yeah.
not get it at 8 Spoon Cafe as well?
You can get
Oops.
an 8-spoon cafe. You can get the different
The
baked
mac and
macaroni and
cheese,
cheese,
yeah.
and that's what that's known for.
Okay.
And those are kind of and they have like a barbacoa beef macaroni and cheese. They have a baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork, and then just your regular macaroni and cheese. They also have a fun drink. It's called the Simba.
Yes, I was just looking at that and I
Yeah.
love that because it's like a fun color, like kind of a peach yellow orange color with the gummy worms on
Yeah.
top, and it just gives it that like feeling of like we're in the Lion King and we're eating our Timon and Pumbaa snacks, right? So cute.
In addition, they also have something you could get a churro there, or you could get the family churro pack.
What's a family churro?
So that's
pack?
for $15.99. It gives you 21 mini churros, 2 dipping sauces, and sprinkles.
Huh.
But that one is it's not available with the snack credit though. You do have to pay for that one.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty pricey deal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine eating 21?
I mean, I think Heidi could.
Maybe. She did talk me into the 50 donut holes yesterday, but nobody ate them.
Oh boy, if we only knew what the stuff that the kids talk Abbie into.
And it's kind of funny. I don't know why. It's just me. I get talked into things pretty easily. That's terrible.
Oh, that's saying
Anyways.
something.
I mean, I feel like Animal Kingdom brings the snacks, man. Maybe it's just because they have so many protein-filled snacks. And that's with what you were talking about with the fries and the toppings, the mac and cheese and the toppings, and like they know how to do it. That's a snack that keeps you going.
No, and so one thing that we're talking, I got to ask you: are you ready to Pongu?
Pongu.
Are you ready to Pongu? Because do you know what Pongu means in Navi?
No.
Party.
Oh, that's easy.
So we come to Pongu.
We do.
So yeah, Pongu is in Pandora, and it's a kiosk, right? And it's right outside of Satuli Canteen. But it does have like some unique snack options, right?
Yeah.
And it has something called the Pongu Limpia, which is basically just like it's like a wrap with like cream cheese in it. It's supposed to be pretty good. It's like a sweet pineapple cream cheese. It's a spring roll. Right? It comes served warm. People seem to like it. They have a Navi-sized pretzel, right? And this is like an extra large pretzel.
Yeah.
That you could get there, and it comes with you could get the cheese sauce, and it's a huge pretzel.
And is that considered a snack?
That one does not. It unfortunately, is not considered a snack, but they do have it though. One thing that you can get on a snack is the Night Blossom, and that's a unique drink, unique beverage that they have there. It's very Pandora-esque, to it. It has all these. It's a slushy. It's a slushy featuring lime, apple, and dessert pear flavors. Passion fruit popping pearls top it all off. I mean, it just looks fun. It's nice to take a picture of before you drink it. I think, maybe like to go over there for that type of snack. The kids love a slushy. We want to spend a little more time in Pandora.
Yeah, that's kind of our love over there. It's pretty great.
Yeah. We want to hang out there.
I mean, I love the seasonal cupcakes. I think I mentioned that like when you go and they're like celebrating the Lion King or something, you're going to find great seasonal cupcakes throughout Animal Kingdom. I mean, the one that we're looking at in Disney Food Blog, they showed like the flamingo cupcake. And I mean, it's a flamingo, like a marshmallow flamingo. That looks very flamingo-esque on top of a very cool cupcake. And it's so cool. I mean, you'll see them over at Flame Tree Barbecue, Pizza Fari, Restaurantasaurus. They try to spread them out throughout the park, and it's great. I love it. One of the
places that's right outside of it's called Mr. Kamal's Fries. And that's right. It's a stand in Asia, and it has like different. Again, we're talking fries. You know, you got to love your fries. There's different type of seasoned fries that you can get, and some are sriracha, right? So that's
yeah, you got to watch out for that.
More different taste, but they're you could get actually a sriracha mayo dipping sauce as well that I heard supposedly supposed to be very, very good.
Yep. I love that. I mean, and then you've got your classics that you find all around. Like you got your classic Mickey pretzel, your Mickey ice cream bar, your Mickey cookies and cream ice cream sandwich. All these things you can find in the little like rolly cart areas, or even in your checkout if you're doing a kiosk checkout. A lot of the places have their ice boxes that have these things, which are good. But I'd go for a more themed treat. I mean, come on now. You're in the parks and you want to partake in this really cool stuff, right?
Yeah, you want to take care of it. I tell you. Now, what are your thoughts about the Anandapur ice cream truck?
Okay, so that is also one I wanted to try out. They had like, what was it over there?
Is it the Yeti Sundae?
It might have been, yeah, it might have been that. It's definitely. Oh no, did they also have a cold brew offering over there that I was like obsessing over? Um, it was like a cold brew sundae or something.
Soft serve waffle cone float they have.
Oh, maybe. I mean, it's so unique and it looks so good that I've almost considered asking about using our snack credit here, but I know, like, as good as it looks, I know in my heart that this would not be a fuel for me. This would be this tastes really good, and then I crash and things are not good in life. So I don't know. They have a lot of good stuff over there.
Definitely. One of the places that, and I never get, for the life of me, I can never remember the name. So I'm going to pull it up here because I don't like to take notes. It's in Africa, and it's called Kasafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right, and that also has the colossal Mickey cinnamon buns, I think, as well.
I think, because yes, colossal cinnamon roll. You're correct.
Yeah, because they have a lot of treats there. They have like the caramel apples, but like mini shape, Mickey shape. Sorry, I'm like taking the show from you.
No, I want to hear it. Talk about your Mickey shape, your caramels.
Well, I just so like think of a bakery shop, but like it's like even more themed. I know that doesn't sound very like specific, but they've got fun little marshmallow ones that like they try to make look like a hippo.
Yeah.
They've got your classic. I mean, when I go to Disney, I used to always think of the Rice Krispie treats that were in the shape of Mickey's head.
Okay.
And then like had like a chocolate coating or something. They've got those here. Now, would I ever get those for our family again? Probably not, because I got them and nobody liked them. They have like, lots of marshmallows, lots of candy, caramel apples. Like I said, they've got, peanut butter cups, but in the shape of Mickey, which are really fun. Zebra cakes. I mean, it's fun. And maybe because I'm an animal lover, I don't know. I just like the treats here so much better.
If you could only see her face, how she lit up while she's talking about these things. One of the items that I want to talk about, the Kasaveri bakery, is you could also find these over in Woody's Lunchbox, and they have the Tachoes. And these are breakfast tachos. Now you're asking, what are tachos?
What are tachos?
And they're basically tater tots with a lot of stuff on it.
With purpose.
Yes. So this is something, and these are breakfast tachos is what they serve here. And that's the difference between them. They have scrambled eggs, the nacho cheese sauce, that's the plastic cheese, cheese curds, and crumbled bacon. I mean, you could also get just a regular plain tater tots that they have as well. But that's just something, and that's right outside of Expedition Everest. Expedition Everest, if you didn't know, is right. It's where you go to see all the animals in Animal Kingdom.
Yep.
You go on the safari, and it's better to go do that in the morning because as it gets hotter, the animals go and hide for shade.
Yes.
right? So if you go in the morning, you're bound to see more of them.
Yes.
Just I think I've done it in the afternoon. It's been
Yeah.
all right, but
Right.
you can see more in the morning, and then you could go by Casa Ferry and get yourself some tachos.
Sounds
I'm
wonderful.
down to Chacho with the nachos. Hey guys, Rob here again. Just clarifying something, and this is all on me. I get so excited when I think of tachos that I forget to clarify that these aren't part of the dining plan. They're not. They're not a snack, so you would have to use a quick service on them. Is it worth it for you? That's in the heart of every tacho fan, whether or not they want to use their quick service. It's good for a breakfast item, but I don't know if it's worth it for a quick service to use that. But just in case you are in Africa and you feel like trying them out, it's worth noting.
I mean, so even for the lack of restaurants they have here, you're not going to go hungry, right? Because they just fill it up with really good snack booths and snack locations. So that's great. I mean, anything else you want to say about this?
I think it's just the it's a good place. I feel like it's a good place to you could kind of get the kids to maybe try something a little bit outside of their comfort zone, right?
Yes.
Kind of dig them out. I think even our children get sick of eating chicken fingers and fries at almost every meal.
Yeah, they do.
They want to try something else. So it's a good place to just, even though there's really just a lot of different fries and maybe some chicken fingers, differently packaged chicken fingers that they have in other places, such as Restaurantasaurus. Yes. And really, that's kind of what Animal Kingdom's all about.
Yeah. So I guess we're getting towards the end. What would you want to do for your sit down dining and for your quick service at this restaurant?
So when it comes to sit down dining, I think you could tell by how I was talking about it all earlier, where my heart lies. And that's at Tusker House.
That's what I thought.
I do love a buffet. I love a buffet. What are you going to say? So I do. And it's, maybe, I don't know. It's not like the signature dining, but I do. I really like the characters. I think it has a great mix of American and African choices African inspired choices, right? That you can eat. And I just feel like it's a good use of your table service credit. Just one character dining with just one is kind of like, I think you're going to see the theme. It's like, that's a good value.
It's a great value
around here. And it's one of the it's a buffet that has a little bit something extra to it.
Yeah. I have to agree. I know, like I've said, like I love the Rainforest Cafe. Really want to try Yak and Yeti. But for now, I think Tusker House is where I would go as well.
Okay.
Very true. Out of all those quick services, where would you want to go?
I mean, if it was just me, I'd probably go to Flame Tree Barbecue. But when I'm thinking so that's kind of my pick. I'm going to hear your pick and we could talk more. Where would you?
Sure. So, I think I'm a little thrown. Like I would have kind of thought like maybe the Yak and Yeti. But I'm not a fan of like eating super hot food outdoors. So I'd probably kind of veer towards the Satuli Canteen.
Okay.
Even though it's probably warm food with the noodles and the protein and whatnot. But I do think that's kind of along the line of like, I would be fueled and doing good and get on with my day, even though I'm eating outdoors and sweating and all that stuff.
I'm with you. Yeah. So that's where I kind of think that, I think trying Satuli Canteen, we can do that. I think it's going to be getting them to have a bowl it might be a little bit of a to get our kids to eat there.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that, but out of all these places, like I think that is, unless we went to Restaurantasaurus, which I think that I'm not like super. I want to try something different, you
Yes.
know? I want them to try something different.
Yeah.
So I would hope that we could find something good for them over here.
I agree. I think we get, I think the bao buns we could kind of get them to
To eat
dig
those.
into. What to really like to try. There's a lot. I'd like to try a lot. I'd like to go to 8-Spoon Cafe.
Yeah,
I want to try all these things.
I know. If we could just kind of pop ourselves over in Animal Kingdom for a few days, that would be wonderful. Anyways, you got any news for us?
I do have some news, and Disney has released, I think it's over on the Disney Parks blog, the partial float order for the new Disney Starlight Nighttime Parade.
Stop.
They still haven't announced a date. All I keep hearing is summer. Now, there's been some speculation that it's going to be, they're saying it's after July 4th.
Okay.
But summer. So if you're doing a later summer vacation or trip to Disney, which I'm not saying that we are, but I'm not saying we aren't, yeah, you might have a chance of seeing this.
Yeah.
So right now, this is the posted list of the floats that will appear, right? So the first float is the Blue Fairy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blue Fairy, familiar?
Yep.
Okay. Then we got Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yay.
And then Asha from Wish.
Yes.
Then the La Familia Madrigal.
Awesome.
It's going to be Maribel, Isabella, and Bruno.
But we don't talk about Bruno.
We ain't talking about him, but we're talking about him here. Elsa. And then it's going to be, and this seems kind of like this is all on one float. They're doing Aurora and Prince Philip, Tiana and Prince Naveen, Belle and the Beast, and Cinderella and Prince Charming.
Oh my gosh. It's almost like Phantasmic.
Yes.
But on a float.
Then you're going to get Miguel and Pepita.
Okay.
From,
oh my gosh.
I'm playing the guitar. I can't think of the name. Coco. There we go. It's an easy name to remember. How could we not?
Because we're more visual people.
And the last thing that they're listing is Moana. So you're going to see Moana. And then it notes that there's still more to come from this magical list. See, just like us, Disney overuses magical. But it's an order you can kind of look to. It says, but this is the order you can look for soon.
That is so exciting. I remember the nighttime parades when they were about that really.
Yeah.
It solidified your day. You walked home on a cloud, really, just thinking about all the things you just witnessed and enjoyed.
And I think it's something, a nighttime parade is good, especially if you don't want to stay for the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's interesting.
Rob has become a firework hater lately.
No, firework. I'd rather just beat the crowd and get into the gift shops
Listen, I'm all about the firework view resort room so that I can be in the comfort of my resort and watch the beautiful fireworks. That is my jam.
Or sometimes just hear them. I think we, like in our Animal Kingdom balcony, we were able to just hear the...
That's true. We were able to hear them, but we also saw the most amazing thunderstorms. I that right there. It was everything for me. That Animal Kingdom Savannah view and seeing the storms roll in and the animals, everything speaks to me every time. Mm-hmm. I love Animal Kingdom.
What a lovely trip
resort
it was.
Savannah view. Period.
Going into a different kingdom of the magic variety, Astro Orbiter in Tomorrowland has been undergoing a lengthy refurbishment.
I know, forever.
They've just put the planets back up.
Okay, cool.
So it's getting closer to the end.
Listen, despite this being gone for so long and coming back, will we be going on it? Probably not. I feel like Astro Orbiter is just so rickety no matter what they do. Anyways, go.
I don't know. They redid it, so maybe it's worth it. I think there's still an issue with the loading, how you have to take the elevator up and down.
Weird.
It just just doesn't seem good. So if they just like refurbished it, it
Yep.
says, I don't know. We'll see, but it's at least unavailable through July 18th. It's showing as unavailable on the calendar. So don't know when that is going to come back.
All right.
I mean, just talking outside of the parks, looks like Disney, they just pushed back the Avengers Doomsday and something else. There's another movie. I don't know why it's like, oh, and Secret Wars was the other Avengers. It just seems like after the debacle that was the Red Hulk Captain America movie, it seems like no one wants to see any I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see how that comes out, but that got pushed. Now we're going over to the universe.
Epic Universe.
Well, before we get epic, we're not going to get epic just yet. We're going to get nostalgic.
Okay.
Because if you didn't know, 2025 is the 50th anniversary of one of the most game-changing movie of all time. It's the reason Abbie won't go to the beach, and as well as my sister,
Yep.
and many other reasons.
I'll go to the beach. I just won't get in the water.
The water, right? So it's like she's battling the sun and the water at the beach. Jaws. It's Jaws' 50th anniversary.
I can't believe that. You know, I actually have like what did you call it? Like a hankering. Like I want to watch Jaws this weekend, as it being like kind of the traditional Memorial Day. I know, like, isn't Jaws more
July
based
4th.
around July 4th?
Yeah.
But for some reason, kickoff to summer, it's like I need to watch these movies.
When it was released, like July 4th.
Yeah.
Weekend was it's like initial opening.
But for some reason, I don't know. I might ask to watch it tonight.
Okay.
We'll
I like it. So Universal, as you know, had a Jaws ride. It was closed down to make way for Diagon Alley. There's a hanging shark that can be found at Universal over in San Francisco. It has a themed bar cocktail, right, where you can get some nice, and they've actually opened up another booth. It's the Jaws 50th food booths over at Universal in San Francisco. And so they just opened up Captain Quint's Boardwalk Snacks.
Yeah.
And it just has like some Jaws themed menu. And it like they have one of the items is called a bucket of bait, which, you know, cheap roadies, you know, throwing out the bait.
Yeah.
And it's
fun.
crispy pieces of clams, shrimp, and oysters sitting on a bed of fries.
Oh, I won't be having that,
but maybe Bailey might be.
Yeah. She doesn't really like fried.
That's true. But yeah, she didn't like it. Yeah. You get like lobster taiyaki, savory taiyaki filled lobster salad. They have an Amity Island iced tea.
See, that I would go for. That's fine.
Yeah, and you could get it. It's also available as a mocktail, so you could get it.
This is over at Universal.
This is Universal. This is in San Francisco, right by where you see the hanging Jaws.
Yeah.
Then they also have another one. It's called the Midway Grill. I guess that was, Midway Grill's been around it was actually over by where the Jaws ride used to be, and then they just kind of opened it up. And that's just more your traditional, what you would think of like a 4th of July. It was like funnel cakes and things like that. So it's the beginning of the Jaws 50th celebration. They are, you know, it's not coming back tier, but it is available. So now getting into the epicness of it all. Epic Universe just opened. Yeah. Officially. On I mean, I feel like
it's been open forever, but yeah, officially.
So we're doing this on May. This is May 24th. And
he's logging into his app.
We're gonna play Universal app. We're gonna bring back a ride. The game that we haven't played in a long time is What Are the Queue Times? We're gonna make Abbie guess.
Okay. Oh boy.
Some queue times here.
He's been sending me queue times all weekend though.
So it's been a little bit. She's probably going to know this one. There's not a ton of rides at Epic Universe, but you know, everyone's going to want to go and check out the rides here.
That's right.
Now, oddly enough, so I logged in yesterday afternoon as I remembered. We are horrible travel podcasters. We forgot to watch the grand opening.
No, I did not forget.
I
It was
forgot.
just that I had a lot of other things on my plate
I
that
forgot
day.
about it.
And I know that we can see a nice recap, so I'm not
I
too
forgot
bummed.
all about it. We should have
Not
been like live
bummed.
streaming it or something. I
Okay.
should have gotten
No.
Epic Universe tattoo on my chest.
None of those things.
But I logged in
really
yesterday, and I think
matter.
I kind of like gasped when I saw how low the wait times were.
That's right. It was kind of
So
crazy.
I'm so confused.
Yep.
What was going on a Friday of a Memorial Day weekend, right?
Well, that's what it is. It's Memorial Day weekend. This is traditionally a family holiday.
You take your family to Epic Universe.
I don't know. But also,
like
I think they really probably kept the admittance number pretty low. They didn't want to have, I mean, think about Disney's opening day, how forever it's known as like, well, that was kind of a disaster, right? I think I think Universal really took this into mind maybe and wanted to kind of eliminate that. But they've also been open for a month. So all the people who originally wanted to go on the 22nd have probably already gone.
Maybe, baby.
Anyways, all right. What do you got?
So what do you what's the longest wait time ride in all of Epic Universe?
Magic and Ministry of Magic.
The Battle at the Ministry?
Yes.
Well, you're unfortunately you're wrong. It's a trick question because it's now closed. It's been delayed.
Aw, that's
looks
not
like
fair.
It looks like it went down.
Oh, well, see, I probably would have been right if it wasn't not
so that
open.
kind of now, oddly enough, so I was checking this morning at 9:04 this morning. The park opened early entry at 8, but the most rides didn't start running until 9. At 9:04, it had an hour. It was 120 minutes. So it was a 2-hour wait. I checked back about an hour or so later. It was down to 60 minutes. And that was where I checked again just before we started, and it was at 60 minutes. So it seems like it's staying around 60 minutes, which isn't bad for a brand new park. It's kind of like that's like the signature ride.
Yeah.
That's like the all ages that everyone can go on type of and enjoy. It's thrilling and it's Harry Potter. It just doesn't make any sense to me why it's only 60 minutes. Whereas like it seems like anytime a new ride opens anywhere, it's like 3 hours long.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, Flight of the Passage is still longer than that.
Yeah.
And that's been open for like 10 years.
Yes.
If
So
not more.
something's a little off here. Kind of weird.
We got to see. Maybe it's the Memorial Day of it. So what is what would be the next ride?
Monsters Unchained?
No.
Oh my gosh. Again, I'm failing out.
Now here's the weird thing. Monsters Unchained, which is kind of known to be like the other ride that's kind of like everyone wants to see, but again, it's like a motion sickness. It's not great. And it's also kids aren't probably going to want to go on it because it's a little bit scary. It's only a 10-minute wait right now.
Shut up.
I ain't lying. I don't know. Minecart Madness is closed down right now. It's another one that's delayed. So that's the Super Mario, the Donkey Kong coaster.
Okay.
It's not running. So even with those two rides not running, their wait times are very low.
That's bizarre.
So yeah, Mario Kart Bowser's...
Go on over to Epic Universe this weekend, guys.
Mario Kart Bowser's
good.
Challenge is 60 minutes. And that's because Minecart's closed. You could do Yoshi's. Oh, I'll ask you this. What's the lowest wait time ride?
Is it the little I forget what it's called.
There's 3 of them.
There's like a merry-go-round, but I forget the proper name for it. Celestial.
Constellation Carousel. Yeah. Yep, that's one of them. You got that right. Ding, ding, ding. It's that. It's the what was the other one? Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is in Isle of the Burke. And Yoshi's Adventures, only a 5-minute wait.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know
so interesting.
At Epic Universe for this opening weekend. Like I was expecting to like log in and it was like everything's like an hour.
Yeah, backed up completely.
And Battle of Ministries like a 4-hour wait and they ran out of food. You can't get the mac and cheese cone from the How to Train Your Dragon. But it doesn't seem to like there's no reports online. I'd love to see like a live stream of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I guess I have to go more into the social media to check it because obviously we're not there. Now, did I check to see if there were any single tickets available for around our trip when we were going? So wait a minute. Is it worth it? No, there weren't.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, anyways, guys, thanks so much for joining us on the Disney Hour Express with a little bit of sprinkled in universal information in there. Next week, come on over and join us for the third part of our 4-part series about the dining plan over at Disney. And we hope you guys have a splendid Memorial Day weekend with your friends or your family, whoever you choose to spend it with. Maybe it's just with a book, and that's okay too. So have a wonderful week. Talk to you next time.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.